Hello, my name is Sahil Malik. I'm a trainer and consultant and I love Angular. I deliver trainings on Angular regularly and you can find my email address right here. Here's another video making yet another Angular concept easy and simple to understand. As always, I look forward to your feedback. Thank you for watching. Now, in learning Angular, you will use a bunch of node packages. And you will possibly even publish node packages or libraries, at least to share within your team in any relatively complicated project. You'll be doing that. And one of the questions that we often get is, whenever I do NPM install, it downloads a whole bunch of packages. How do I make sure that it doesn't break my code? Because a huge part of my code, basically the land that this building is built on, is changing every time we do NPM install. And the answer to that is SEMVER, Semantic Versioning. If you follow semantic versioning properly, your code should not break. Of course, this depends on the maturity of the libraries that you're consuming as well. But libraries like Angular, or at least the most popular ones, they follow these rules pretty well. So let's understand SEMVER or Semantic Versioning. Usually you'll see that node packages have a version number like a.b.c. And what's important is that the last digit on the right-hand side, the patch, is, you can feel free to upgrade it whenever you wish. And if you upgrade to a newer version than what you have specified in your package.json, it's just a bug fix or a patch. It really shouldn't change anything. But when the minor version changes, the 2 over here, then it is possibly adding new features, like maybe new methods, but it's not breaking the API. So again, you can feel somewhat comfortable upgrading to the new version because the package publisher is promising that you should be able to go with this newer version without having to, rewrite any code. Things should just work. But if they publish a major version, that means potentially it's going to break your API. So you don't want to automatically upgrade to a new major version. And these are things you want to control. Luckily, in package.json, there are concepts that allow us to control this. So let's see those. So here's a simple project that I have. And I have this library called Moment.js. It's a pretty good library. But I'm going to pretend like I didn't have this library. I'm going to use VS Code and its amazing IntelliSense to help me find Moment. So I'm going to say Moment. I'm going to hit Control space. For Mac, you would press Command space. So I'm just going to start typing Moment, and it finds exactly the library I was looking for. Tells me what version. If I want to see some help on it, it gives me some IntelliSense or whatever help here. So I'm going to say, yep, that's the one I want. And it starts with star, but check this out. I can Control backspace, and I'm going to Control space here. And it tells me that either I can go with the latest version, so I don't use any of this funky syntax. Then basically I'm saying that go for that version, like that specific version. Never upgrade without asking me first. But what I can do is that I can go with the tilde, and then it'll match the most recent minor version. So we're saying that if the API changes, even if it's not a breaking change, but I want to be safe. I don't want to take the risk of things changing. Then I go with tilde. But if I trust the package a little bit more, like say Angular, for instance, I can go with this caret. And that means that it's okay to go to a newer version as long as the package author says that it is safe to upgrade. So if I install, if I was write 2.18.1, if 2.19 comes, and if I'm using caret, 2.19 is what I'll get. And of course, if you're going to go really risky, you just type star. I'd never do that. But if you type star, that's basically saying just get me the latest, right? So if I'm doing libraries, there's a command called NPM shrink wrap that allows you to basically tie down to specific versions for all your peer dependencies. In projects, if I trust the project, I'll go with tilde. If they have, messed with me. All right, so if they screwed me before, then I would go with like that, or even lock it down like this, depending upon the project that I'm using. But Angular, typically I go with this, right? So that is SEMVER. Hope you found this useful.